So hi, I'm Paul Wolff from Wolff Audio, and we've got a wide arrangement of things here we're showing at the Guitar Center event, Resonance. One of the things that we stress, and we were just actually talking about this, is quality and reliability. And one of the things that we've done is we have relays built into just about everything we do. So our input modules, every switch in the input module has a relay. There's no audio going through any switch whatsoever. The Pro Patch uses relays to switch audio. EQ in and out, EQ peak, anything to do with the EQ goes through a relay, because the switches are the things that fail, and 5 years down the road you're going to end up with something that's useless. And I don't want to have the stuff come back to me to repair it, and I don't want you to have to deal with it either, because not everybody can afford a tech these days. So, you know, the console, 22 relays in every single module. Every function in here, every switch that's in here is one relay per switch. And you've got 3 inputs per channel you can sum together. You've got 3 stereo buses that go to these cards here. They give you 3 different console sounds, 3 of the most famous sounds. We've got a TQ, which is like a tilt style EQ, and a high and a low pass sweep filter. And we have a blend and an insert for every channel. So you insert a compressor and you can blend it wet and dry. So then we have a monitor controller that has a Bluetooth input, has selections. Everything you can see here blinking, this shows you the signal coming in, so you know that there's signal on a channel. The same thing with the monitor controller. So if this is working and this is working, your speakers are off. We have a couple of mic pre's. This mic pre right here is the Ref pre. This is designed for ribbon mics. It's got a special load for a ribbon mic, and it also has no color. So if you like the sound of your mic, this mic pre is perfect. It has a ton of gain to it. Then we have our newest mic pre, which is the W1, which is the same mic pre that's in the console. This mic pre is designed so you can put a snare mic under a snare spring and hit it as hard as you want, and you don't need the pad, because the pad changes the sound of the mic. So in the lowest gain setting, it's basically unity in to out, and you can put plus 18 into this before it clips, which is great for doing live stuff. Then we have the 2D mic pre, which is the Sunset Sound mic pre. I don't have one of those here, but that mic pre is awesome because it can handle line level. The EQ we have is a parametric EQ. We offer that in the consoles, and it's also offered as a 500 module. This has a wide for the top shelf. It has a wide for the bottom shelf. It's not actually shelving, it's more like a wide curve. Then we have a lock at a 3rd octave for the mid-band, so you can notch things out. And it has a relay bypass, or internally you can make it so it still goes through the circuit, and it doesn't have the EQ in, but it does have the circuit in. Then this is a proportional Q, so you turn it up a little bit, it's very wide. As you bring it up more, it narrows, and it's completely sweepable, so it's like a parametric. Then this is the same mic pre that I just showed you, the W1. This has the same thing, except it doesn't have the output level control. And we also have an echo return module that assigns to all 3 of the stereos. And then, of course, the meters and all the other stuff we have. For those that like to collaborate, we have the Collaborate Or. And what this is for is if you have 3 or 4 people in the control room, and you got headphones on and you're working. It's a really nice headphone amplifier. Audeze uses these to demo their headphones. They have 4 of these, and so they like the way they sound. A lot of the mastering engineers use these as well, so they can have 4 sets of headphones. Each one has its own headphone amp, and it also has a microphone built into it that you can bleed into the headphones. So if we're all working together, we don't have to take our headphones off to talk. We just talk, and that's what's so cool about this. So this is the MeMore, which is an expanded version of the Collaborator. This has a volume control, a pan pot, and a TQ, which is like a tilt EQ for channels 1 through 8. And then these 2 are stereo channels. And it has 2 master outputs for 2 sets of headphones, or 2 sets of headphones over here. And this also has the Hear Me button that allows you to bleed this microphone into the headphone mix. Now the cool thing about this is that if you use this as a drummer, you can set this next to your drum kit, bring up your drum room sound into your own headphones, which is very cool, because then you don't have to send reverb and stuff like that. And it has a talkback button, so you can talk back to the control room. And on the back it has D-sub inputs and XLR inputs. all across it. So this is a really nice unit. We've got a lot of these in Nashville. We acquired Pultec at the first of the year, so we're making all the same. We haven't made any changes, don't plan on making any changes. It's been good for 50 years. We're not going to screw that up. So this is all the Pultec line. We also have the Pultec 500 modules, and we have the Pro Patch. And the Pro Patch, this device right here is becoming quite the thing because you can route anything to anything with this, and it handles DC control voltages from synthesizers, MIDI, mic levels, line levels. You can pass phantom power through it, passes DC through it. You can do MIDI, you can do all kinds of stuff with this. This switches everything, and it's all done with relays that have no color, no sound, no capacitance, no roll off, no distortion, nothing. It's literally zero. Zero in, zero out. And the distance, the funny thing is the distance from the input to the output on this is probably less than the patch cord. So if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty with capacitance and cable length, this is about half that length. And it does have 16 jacks on the front, so you can patch in external things if you want. Same with here, you can plug a guitar into it and go into a pedal and then come back out into the console and take the console output and go into something else. And it's all memory. It doesn't run on any power when it's not doing anything. The relays are latching, so if the power goes out and comes back on again, nothing changes. If you turn it off and turn it back on, it doesn't reboot and lock up, it just comes on, stays the same. And this thing right here with a Stream Deck or some other, MIDI control device, you can sit there and set up presets and just say, my favorite vocal chain, hit a button and it can change 20 different things. We're like the relay company. And the thing about the relays is that they just don't fail. They're designed for telecom, and the telecom industry they're very strict about stuff because they don't have access to everything. They can't repair things. They can't send somebody out on a pole to fix something. So those relays, those things are bulletproof. They last 1 million cycles easily. So that's basically our whole thing. And like I said, reliability, quality of sound, that type of thing. Very ergonomic. We all make records. We all know how it works. We know what things annoy us when we do a mix. Those things aren't in the console. Nothing there will stall you or take away from the feel that you're in the middle of. So that's our goal, is just to make great sounding stuff and not get in the way. We just hope you guys try this stuff out. You go to the Custom House, they've got the console set up there. You can try the console out and any of these devices. If you want to try some out, let us know. It's great stuff.